Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live on the LI Sports Network. We're at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center, and it's Game 2 of the NYIHSHL Varsity Finals. The Long Beach Marines with a 1-0 lead after the 3-2 win on Monday night, and they are looking to close things out and sweep to clinch the title for the first time since 2021. On the opposite side, it's the top dogs, the Bellmore-Merrick Bulldogs, the reigning defending NYIHSHL and LIC champions, looking to even things up and force that decisive Game 3 tomorrow night. Travis Quigley here with Brady Campbell. We're back again on the call, and Brady, Monday, the atmosphere in Long Beach was absolutely rocking. We've been here since 6:30, and this place started filling up. I'm looking at the clock right now, it says 7:54. This place started filling up about 25-30 minutes ago.
Yeah, the fans, they're raring to go. As we saw back in, of course, Long Beach, as you said, that atmosphere was bananas, of course, in the Marines' backyard, but the Bellmore-Merrick fans traveling very well as well. We really couldn't hear ourselves, I feel like, a decent amount of times. And, of course, the Foghorns making their way here to Bethpage as well. The people love their playoff hockey here in Long Island, and how could you not? Big win for the Marines in a pretty exciting, tight checking game really throughout the whole way. And now Bellmore-Merrick. Of course, both these teams really a ton of playoff experience. Bellmore-Merrick has that championship experience over the last 365 days. They're on the ropes now. Can they get it done?
Yep, and again, they're going to need that championship experience throughout the course of this game, from opening puck drop to the buzzer. Now, Brady, we both, like I said, we're on the call on Monday. I'm sure we both have gone back and watched Monday's game and evaluated and doing our prep to get ready for tonight. What were some things that you picked up on? First, we'll start with Bellmore-Merrick. Some things that, you know, they got to use from Monday night, maybe some things that they got to tweak in order to have success here in this one.
Yeah, well, I think you look at it, they did outshoot Long Beach 22-16, but you got to look more into the context of that. And I do feel like they had more of a shoot-first mentality type of thing, which never hurts per se. But, of course, Justin Mealy red hot in that game, didn't allow too many behind him. And I think that first goal really for both teams is going to be crucial. But obviously Bellmore-Merrick now being on the ropes, they gave up the first two to Long Beach. And they generated a ton of momentum kind of in that second half of the second period. Only got one, though, behind Mealy. Fell back behind again by two. So it's not just about the momentum. You got to find the back of the net along with it, obviously.
Yeah, and for these Marines, like you said, they scored the first two goals in that game on Monday night. How important do you think it will be for them as the team that's out in front to get that opening goal, to remember, hey, the series isn't wrapped up yet. We still got some work to do over the course of 45 minutes to seal the deal.
Yeah, for sure. And unlike Suffolk County, where it feels like every year it's going to a Game 3, of course, we talked a little bit about the history here in Nassau, where we've seen a ton of sweeps since around COVID time. But Long Beach knows they cannot get complacent here. They got to keep their foot on the pedal. Of course, these two teams met 3 times in the regular season. Perfect split, 1-1-1. So both these teams very familiar with each other. But if you're Long Beach, you know, you don't want to rely on your goaltending for sure, although Justin Mealy was absolutely outstanding in Game 1, as was Henry Legale on the other side as well. But for Long Beach, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal here. They only had 16 shots, but they absolutely made them count. They were really heavy on the forecheck as well in Game 1. They got to kind of keep that up here in Game 2.
Yeah, I'm expecting the juices to be going for both sides right out of the gate here. And a lot at stake, like you said, for Long Beach. It'll be their opportunity to win their first county championship since 2021. It was a little bit of a running joke on social media earlier today on Instagram that it was Long Beach who started the trend of sweeps back during the COVID year, but that was also pre-LISN. So there were some fans on social media thinking that, you know, because it was pre-LISN and now Long Beach is back in the finals, that could potentially buck the trend here. And I know that's what the Dogs are going to be hoping for in that one. in that regard, I should say. Warm-ups are done here. Both sides meeting at the benches with their respective coaching staffs to get that final message. You can tell that they're both fired up and they're ready to go in this one. It's going to be interesting to see how the first few minutes play out, kind of like we talked about on Monday night, the highs and the lows, and managing that, especially in the early going of this game. You've got another big crowd here in this one, and with even more at stake in game 2. Long Beach, win and lift the trophy. Bellmore, you lose, you're going home. You win, you force the game 3 tomorrow night. It's going to be important throughout the course of the game to manage those emotions.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be as much of a feeling out because these teams just faced on Monday. They've seen each other throughout the regular season. But it's going to be interesting to see. I know that's one of your favorite sayings, not get too high, not get too low, but of course, you're 100% right. Teams got to manage their emotions here.
They're getting high right now, banging the stick on the wall. We're ready to go at center ice. Bellmore will win the face-off to the boards, but it's chopped in by Liam Young, who got there first. Luchi will backtrack and swing it up the wall. Bellmore going left to right, first and third in their red uniforms, blue numbers, blue and white stripes. That one is flipped off the ceiling by Young.
Liam Young almost sent that puck to the moon. If there was not a roof here, this is a fairly high ceiling. He got that all the way up there.
Yeah, he got a lot under that one. Marines, white uniforms, right to left, first and third, and they are going to do this one again, as Luke Pakikaro is going to be kicked from the draw. As Brady mentioned during warm-ups, Justin Mealy, Henry Legalia for Long Beach and Bellmore-Merrick respectively between the pipes tonight. Naraki's pass is picked off. It'll be chipped in by Kalelis. Comes all the way around to Goldman. He'll leave it for Tepfer. Poked off his stick. Comes into the high slot. Looking to pull it away. Fearick, big hit thrown. And it's the Dogs who come out with it. Chase Goldman gains the red line and dumps it in.
I believe that was Goldman that sat down Luke Pakikaro right there in the slot. Not much Pakikaro could do, try to keep your head up, but he was basically 1-on-3. Goldman called him in a vulnerable position.
Fifth meeting between these two teams this season. Long Beach with 2 wins, a loss and a tie. That second win for the Marines, that game 1 victory as Luke Pakikaro with the one-hand poke in. Couldn't chip it past Naraki. And he'll break out. Trying to go long. Calvi knocks it down. Mikey Calvi, shot blocked. Goldman backtracks, got stuck up on the boards by Siegel. Comes through the middle of the ice. Sampagna looks to snap it long. It'll be hacked in deep by Amax Vitali. Vitali gets to the puck, pushed to the wall by Brenke. Stays with it, cycles it around. Sampagna trying to get there. Young to it first, but Sampagna all over it. Drops it off. Amax Vitali fans. Sampagna's shot. Mealy takes it up high. First shot of the night. Not easy for the Marines netminder to handle, but he keeps it tight to the body. Doesn't give up a rebound, Brady.
Yeah, and I'm no goalie, but I know goalies, they like to ease their way into the hockey game the best they can. And as you said, that's almost as difficult as the shot as they come. High right shoulder. Great stop by Mealy. Just able to pin it there. Both these goalies, though, just phenomenal statistically. But you got to look beyond that as well. They are tough to beat.
They certainly are. You're not going to beat them clean very often, as Luskoff will take that one away and keep it in the zone. Marines will look to get it out once more. Calvi will hit a swinging Miles Siegel. Siegel over the line. Shot gets blocked. Going back north, there are the Dogs. Long Beach battling to keep it in. It's Cody Pakikaro to the goal line, blocked by Luskoff. From the point, it's Riley. They'll send it down to the corner. Wrap around try. Legalia, what a stop. Stretching out in the splits to keep it out with the skates. Riley drops down, keeps it in. Down in the corner, out front for Calvi. Can't get a shot through. Now that pass is blocked off by Carasquillo. Luskoff elects for the high flip, just clears it. Jumps over Riley's stick. Bellmore trying to get some fresh bodies on the ice. Brady, what a save there.
That was unbelievable, and we're still extremely early in this hockey game, but it almost feels like every save could be a must-have for these goalies, and it looked like a sure thing, and Legalia just able to get a piece of it with his pad.
That was incredible, as that one is redirected into the zone by Felsberg. Liam Young, so each netminder has faced a couple shots. Turnover forced there. Save Mealy. Puck is still loose. Young will bring it in behind the net. Poked off his stick, but he'll play the body on Adelstein, sending him to the ice. Long Beach get it out through the middle for Luke Pakikaro. Pakikaro drags, takes it back outside. He shoots, goes wide. Young with the keep in, goes back behind the net with it. Played out to the slot. Touch to the middle, collected by Jackson Austin. He wheels, trying to dump it in, got the stick lifted, and Liam Young is back with possession. Delayed offside here on Bellmore-Merrick. Felsberg stays on the forecheck. This one's going to go all the way.
Yeah, it's loud in here. I'm assuming he didn't really hear the calls for off there, and obviously a tough break for Bellmore. Now the face-off coming all the way back down, but I think it has, kind of as we alluded to early on, doesn't seem like too much feeling out. If anything, it's a very physical game so far. These two teams have seen each other way too much for their liking.
They know how each other are going to play at this stage of the game. It's a matter of who makes less mistakes and who can take the edge when the opportunities are granted to them. We both know, and I think everyone at home knows and in the building knows, opportunities won't come often when it's these two teams facing each other. They're top of the county for a reason. As it comes around the weak side, now a high flip, glove down by Young on the blue line, holds the zone. Naraki bats it, kicks it out, long pass, breakaway look, potentially from the outside. Goldman fired it off, felt Young pressuring. Mealy got it with the glove and keeps it moving. Siegel trying to cut across, just jabbed off his stick. Now Pakikaro will flip it in, that's Cody. Siegel on the forecheck, stopping up Tepfer, and got him to fall down, evading that pressure there. Naraki cuts back through the middle. Naraki over the blue line, flips it deep. Lucas Luchi, F1 now, is Brenke back and meets him in the corner. 10:20 remaining in the first period, still 0-0. Shots are 3-2 in favor of the Dogs. Hananel sauces one up for Siegel. Goes across Pakikaro. Pakikaro with a shot pad save. That's chipped out. Tepfer trying to catch up to it, runs into Brenke. It's back with Noraki. He'll swing it to Luchi. Luchi returns it to Noraki. He's got a lane to wheel. Gets the red line and sends that one in as Bellmore-Merrick once again will complete a line change, get some more fresh legs onto the ice. Both sides trying to find that marker as it's hinged back and now to the weak side. Came off the stick of Vitali. He just got a touch on that one, which negated the icing. Luskoff touched that one with a glove. Offside called. Face-off going to center ice. 9:31 to go in the first period. And Brady, again, still waiting to see kind of which side will take the first burst of momentum in this one. It's real back and forth early on.
And it looked like maybe a potential breakaway there for Goldman, but what hustle there by Young. Goldman saw him coming too, and I'm sure that's not the shot he really wanted to settle for, but just had to get something towards the net. Somewhat of a similar thing down the other end with Pakikaro. Strong back checks from both these teams so far.
Luskoff with a stick lift. His pass was taken away, though. It's chipped out down the sheet, and we've seen that more later on in the season for these Marines. Liam Young, he's listed as a forward. He's played forward for a majority of the year, but later in the regular season, and especially here in the playoffs, he's been playing a lot more defense. As that one pushed ahead, Vitali gets the stick lifted, it's taken away, and Hananel will wheel out. That was a great play by Brenke. Backhanded around, a quick head fake. It's Evan Lenz trying to work a give and go, just out of his reach. Luskoff will run into Young, and he bats it into the zone. Adelstein's F1. Hananel couldn't settle it down, using the size advantage on Adelstein, though, and cutting the net. Will reverse it for Young. Felsberg starts to chase, has Adelstein's help. Young snaps it out to Siegel. Cody Pakikaro right through the middle of the ice with speed. Cuts outside, offside, though. Was called on Long Beach with 8:17 remaining.
And we're going to see as this game kind of wears on how the refs are going to call it as well. Haven't really, seen anything warranting a penalty, of course, but the physicality is certainly there. Both these teams, I'm sure, trying to be as careful as possible. You never know when the refs might call something, and that first power play could be crucial for either side.
Definitely could be. And let me in the first game, didn't see too many penalties called, but when they were called, they certainly played a factor.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely a chance here. Like you said, if that first one does get called, depending on which way it goes, we could 100% see.
And there you go.
There you go. We were just talking about it. Power play.
Delay for Damas.
Delay of game just got called on Bellmore-Merrick on the face-off. They were kicked from the draw twice.
And that's one you don't see often. Even, I believe it's a rule, I'd say the NHL level as well, but you really don't see that at all.
No, and Coach Braglia is asking why that one was called. He was a little confused. I think a lot of people were confused as to why that one got called. But nonetheless, it is a power play for the Long Beach Marines. A delay of game call off the face-off on Bellmore-Merrick. And just as Brady and I were talking about it, here it comes. Young rolls to the middle, left flank, Pakikaro shoots and scores! Cody Pakikaro on the power play. 1-0 Marines.
Well, there you go. As we're talking about it, neither team wanting to take a penalty, and it played a factor in game one when there were a few penalties right off the face-off, just seconds in. Quick passing to Pakikaro. We saw Luke score from a similar spot in game one on a rush up the ice. This time it's Cody, just receives that pass in the circle and rips it low blocker side there. And the Marines' huge opening goal.
And that was a really quick look off the power play as well from Long Beach. They didn't waste any time at all. It was an immediate pass and a shot off the face-off win. And Pakikaro beats Legalia. Kind of a clean look there as well on the short side. And it's a 1-0 lead. Cody Pakikaro from Liam Young and Mikey Calvi. Marines on the board first, 8:05 to go in period number one.
Well, now they got to be careful. The officials all over the face-offs tonight, it appears.
And now
wow! They are not wasting any time at the dot.
You know what? Honestly, you gotta give credit to Chase Goldman actually, because he was the one that kind of pointed that out. He was like, "Hey, wait a second! That was the second time it happened with them. You just called it out." So Chase Goldman was on top of that one there actually. So another delay of game penalty off a face-off. Brady, I don't think we've seen that at all ever, and we just saw it happen twice in about 30 seconds.
Back-to-back face-offs, well, excluding the one for the power play, but
2 within 3 face-offs, exactly. So now Bellmore-Merrick with a chance to respond quickly with a power play of their own. They can't keep it in as Cody Pakikaro knocks it away from Vitali. Drop back for Goldman. Again, I saw the first person I saw kind of point like, hey, that was 2, was Chase Goldman. He spotted that one immediately, and he leaves this one for Luchi, and he is buzzing up the ice right now. Lucas Luchi cuts outside. Now he'll stop up. A lot of pressure on. Behind for Luskov. Back for Luchi. Luchi on the half boards. Evaluates, goes to Naraki. Naraki puts it into the opposite corner for Amax Vitali. He'll collect it and circle to the hash marks. Hits Luskov. Luskov going back door for Luchi. It bounces. Luchi shoots. Hits the outside of the net. Goldman trying to stuff it. Save. Rebound. Another one. Blocked and goes out of play.
That's the sequence the Dogs have finally been looking for. Luchi, though, couldn't quite settle it initially. Still got a decent shot away. Just ran out of an angle. A little bit of a mom goal there, as we saw a couple reactions from the Bellmore side, but... And then credit to Mealy diving across again, but this is what the Bulldogs need. And also, too, we saw this in game one as far as Long Beach getting a goal, and then before the puck is even technically dropped, they take a penalty and immediately have to kill one off.
Down for Luchi. He'll skate into the corner, puts it around for Vitali. 50 seconds left on the power play as he drops it to Luskoff. Working a give and go. It's knocked off, but Naraki keeps it in for Vitale. Top of the circle. Snapshot. Save Mealy. Goldman picks it up behind the net. He'll walk around. Evaluates. Blowing a tire there. Fierick. Sauced over for Luchi. Luchi's open with a shot that was blocked by Calvi. Naraki pokes it to the corner. Hananel trying to eat it. Luskoff takes it away. Trying to find Luchi. It's off the stick of Liam Young and out. And Calvi is buzzing. Calvi cutting in shorthanded. Calvi on the backhand. Hits the glass. Trying to scoop his own rebound off the back of the net. He does. A battle commences. Luskoff retreats and collects. 5 seconds left on the power play. Luskoff shoots off the stick of Young over the net. We return to 5-on-5. Long Beach kill it off. Cardo comes out of the box. He was serving it. 5:57 remaining, and it's Cardo who will collect this one as it was kicked out of the corner. Dumps it in as the Marines make a line change, getting those penalty killers off. Goldman back around to Luchi. Luchi in his own skates. Flips it ahead, trying to find Jackson Austin. Pakikaro from the boards goes wide. That one chipped ahead out, and Kalelis stops it up. Off the glass, glove down by Hananel. Luke Pakikaro gonna skate into it. Pakikaro, quick dance, knocked off the puck though by Naraki. Naraki goes across, it's Luchi. Luchi trying to get the wheels turning. He'll cut to the middle, trying to get outside, taken down, another penalty coming. Dogs going back on the man advantage, the speed. A lot for Riley to handle there, and he's gonna get called too for tripping. I don't think he was trying to take his legs out. I think Luchi was just buzzing up the ice.
Yeah, and both these teams have got to be careful. They're both extremely fast, but you don't want to give a guy like Luchi plenty of space and speed there. Otherwise, he'll burn you. Almost did, but got tripped up there on the play by Riley. And it looks like, I mean, that one was right in front of the refs, but it looks like the referee's playing a little bit closer to the vest here.
It's 4-on-4 right now because Vitale broke his stick off the face-off. Can Long Beach take advantage and clear? Young around the wall. It's kept in. Lenz in a battle on the boards now. Working it off the wall. Siegel, a hack at it. Not out. A third try. He does clear. In the skates and now back in, but losing it was Gertler. Goldman momentarily holds the zone. Dogs having a difficult time setting up here. Back over the line, Siegel trying to force one. One-time try, Luskoff save. Mealy fought that knuckle puck away. Off the glass and out for the Marines. Legalia's gonna have to come out to play this one as Cody Pakikaro is right on it. He'll backhand it around, but Pakikaro's first one there. Pakikaro's trying to eat this one on the yellow. He's knocked to the ice. Squirts free for Calvi. Trying to dance through. It's Pakikaro on the backhand, went wide. Calvi scoops it up. Centering feed is gloved down by Lenz. Takes the check. Luskoff takes the puck. Swings it to Jackson Austin. Austin cutting through. Stopped up by Mealy on the dump in. Hananel turns. Dumps it 200 feet.
We saw that shot by Luskoff too. Didn't get all of it, but a tricky shot against the grain too, going back the other way on Mealy. And he was able to fight it off. Another penalty here. This one, I believe, against the Dogs.
Max Vitale going in the box. Interference is the call. Got in the way of Calvi on the blue line as Luchi was racing up the ice. And it's 4-on-4 for 32 seconds.
Yeah, he's not too pleased about that call and just kind of got caught in a tough spot there at the blue line. 32 seconds of 4-on-4 here, and then a crucial juncture. Only the first period, but still, every second in this game too gonna count here for both these sides.
Luchi shoots it all the way down with the face-off. Icing gonna be called. Don't think he recognized it was 4-on-4 there. Still 4-on-4 for another 26 seconds. Got to figure this time around, Dogs will, if they win it, will try to get up the ice. Long Beach ozone draw. You know, if they win it, they're going to try to quick pass and get a shot through. It's one back to Young. He'll walk and fire. That's blocked. Good eat from Goldman there as he gets in the lane. Hananel back, regrouping for Long Beach. Pakikaro hits Young, swooping through neutral ice, now retreating back. Riley out of the box in 7 seconds. It's Young. He's got room wide, drops it through his skates, but it's poked to the corner by Naraki. He'll roll back to the point, hits Hananel. Hananel trying to make the move around Luchi, taken away. Power play Marines, but it's stretched out for Goldman. Pakikaro on the back check, swipes it off his stick. Cody hits Luke. Luke cuts across and fires, hits the glass. Back in front off the pad of Legalia. Dogs will clear. 1:05 remaining on the penalty to Vitali. Mealy leaves it out for Young. Shots are 8-4 in favor of Bellmore-Merrick. It's a 1-0 lead for Long Beach. Cody Pakikaro with the goal. It's dumped in by Siegel. Behind the net, he'll go up top. Pakikaro walks, goes across for Young. He'll take a shot, that's deflected, save made, rebound, another stop, Legalia, he finds it and covers. Big stop from Legalia right there, Brady.
For sure, and there were a lot of white jerseys in front there. I'm not sure. It didn't look like they got a redirection, but a huge save, and then he's able to get that rebound too, as well as there might have been a little bit of room there on the short side for a split second, but he sprawls out. Huge couple saves for Legalia to keep this game 1-0.
Another look at the in-tight shot here, and like you said, sprawling out to make that stop. I mean, he is showing off his athleticism tonight early on in the first with that split save on the wraparound try. That one right there, kicking out that left pad. 22 seconds to go as it's wrapped around for Calvi. Calvi out of the corner to the net. That's off the shoulder of Henry Legalia. Back with Calvi, he'll move it up top. 2 minutes to go in the period. Over to Young, can't keep it in. Vitali ready to come back as Young will dump it in. One more clear for Bellmore-Merrick. Cody Pakikaro fires it deep, and we're back to 5-on-5. It's Lenz, D-to-D pass. Carasquillo goes across, and Jackson Austin slips it over to Luskov. Luskov trying to cut through the middle, has to delay on side. Shot is thrown right on Mealy, who puts it to the corner. Skips past Brenke, but comes all the way to Kalelis. Goes to Siegel. He is blown up by Evan Lenz. What a hit that was.
Welcome back, Evan Lenz. He kind of saw that one coming there just before it happened. Freight train there, caught him with his head down.
That'll fire up Bellmore-Merrick for sure as that one's thrown in. And on his horse was Gertler. That forces the whistle. Mealy was certainly looking to play that one out. And because Gertler got there to force that stoppage, the Dogs get an ozone draw. Luchi, it's pulled into the slot and forced out of the zone. Kalelis F1. Goldman gets the pass, dumps it in. Final minute of the first period. 1-0 lead for the Marines. Back to the corner with Luchi. Luchi walking it around. Brenke trying to knock him off the puck. He spins and fires. It's blocked. Cleared out of the zone by Long Beach. D-to-D look. Simpkins off the wall for Gertler. Knocked away. Kelly Cardo has it now. His shot's blocked. Feerick trying to hammer it in. Just poked away by J-Sack. 30 seconds to go. Luchi has it now. Stops up behind his net. You know he's got a penchant for scoring big goals. Scored the double OT winner in the LIC last year. He'll sauce it ahead for Sean Gertler. He burns to the outside. Gertler shoots, goes through the blue paint, but he drew a penalty in the process. And Bellmore-Merrick are going back on the power play again. 7 seconds to go in the first. Hananel is going to get called 2-4 hooking.
Just 7.4 left in this first period. Still enough time, obviously, to set up. We saw Long Beach didn't need much time on their power play. But it's going to start with a crucial face-off win here. If not, of course, still got a good amount of time going into the second period. But you can't let these opportunities slip away for both teams. A lot of penalties being called here in the opening frame.
Right of Mealy, it's one back. Vitali for Goldman. Goldman across. Spinning shot, Lenz deflected wide. 1 second left out front again. Luskov couldn't turn it to the cage. And that does it for the first. 1-0 lead for Long Beach after 15 minutes of hockey. Cody Pakikaro is our lone goal scorer. Young and Calvi picking up the apples. It'll be a minute 52 power play for Bellmore-Merrick when we return, unless something got called at the end right there. But Brady, important to note that both of the penalties outside, we're going to take away the first two penalties called, the delay of games on both sides. But the other two penalties, the penalty on Riley and the penalty just now on Gavin Hananel, Bellmore drew those penalties by utilizing their speed. One was a tripping, one was a hook, both where they were driving at the defense with a lot of pace, which makes it really difficult to handle. And although they haven't found the scoreboard yet, I think that's something that they need to continue to stick with as this game continues to go on.
Yeah, for sure. And I think both teams have plenty of speed. I think Bellmore has a little bit more size along with their speed too, which of course would aid them, especially a guy like Luchi there in that last sequence, powering his way towards the net, set up that dangerous kind of cross-crease pass there. In the process, also drew the penalty. Both teams, though, you got to stay out of the box the best you can. You know, you never know how the refs are going to call the game per se, and I think they've done a pretty good job, although, you know, we've never seen the face-off penalties, but it is a rule. But the goaltending as well has been phenomenal so far. Kind of the first period, what we've expected, I feel like, between these two teams. Very familiar with each other, not giving up a whole lot of ground to each other as well. And when it looks like they might, penalties are being taken.
And, you know, start of this period here, it's a penalty kill for Long Beach. They've been very successful, not just in this game, but really throughout the course of the playoffs on their penalty kill. And what do you think has led to that success, Brady?
I think it's just they have the perfect setup. You know, the coaching, they seem to work on it a lot, and they're just all over you. They don't give you much space to operate. They get in shooting lanes quickly. They communicate a lot. They basically do everything you need to do to have a good penalty kill, and it's been paying dividends for the most part so far here in these playoffs. Gotta keep it up.
Shots 9-6 in the first period, as period number 2 begins, as well as the power play continuing as Goldman fires it across. Vitale trying to take it off the wall. He'll walk it around the net. Leaves it for Goldman. Point, Luchi. Chase Goldman and Luchi have a catch. Now it's to Evan Lenz. Evan Lenz wanted a shot, but Cody Pakikaro driving right out into the lane doesn't let him take it. Goldman back for Lenz. He'll walk. Couldn't get around the stick of Pakikaro. He knocks it out of the zone. Luchi trying to find a lane to skate, but it's, again, Cody Pakikaro just getting that angle perfect, and he forces Luchi to dump it. Brenke meets the puck there, couldn't clear as it stopped up on the wall. Up top, it's Lenz walking, returns it. Vitale to the goal line. Goldman has a lane, trying to go through the seam. Luchi couldn't settle that pass down. Young puts it up the boards. It's Pakikaro now with room to skate. Pakikaro over the line, shoots it right on the Gallia. He'll drop it out. Lenz to wheel with 40 remaining on the man advantage. Evan Lenz off the boards for himself. Puts it deep. Puts it out front. Mealy on the spot. Poked it away from a wide open Luskov. Goldman trying to open up for a shot. Couldn't do it. Taken by Calvi, who clears. Pakikaro off. Fierick on. 20 seconds to go. Luchi stops up behind his own net. He'll leave it for Lenz. Poked away from him. Now gets it back to Luchi. Hananel getting ready to come out of the box. Offside on the Dogs.
That's pretty much what we were just talking about. The first shift, Cody Pakikaro giving no time to Evan Lenz. As soon as he picks up the puck, he's in your face. And then Calvi doing something similar as well. Bellmore-Merrick, not a terrible power play by any stretch, but I think for them, maybe a little bit quicker passes might do them justice against a very tough penalty kill if they get another opportunity.
Hananel out, back to 5-on-5, and that was something similar that we talked about on Monday as well, Brady, as Young dances in. Young, what a save, LaGallia. Just kicking out that right pad to make the stop. Dogs trying to clear now, quick attack right there on the transition from the Marines. Liam Young, what a bit of skill. As a high flip will get out. Tepfer gloves it down. Swings a pass across. Tepfer's gonna get it right back from Felsberg. He cuts in. Tepfer's shot is blocked by Brenke. Backhanded into the corner. Young there. He's met by Jackson Austin. He'll float it up the wall. Push towards the front of the net, taken away by Young. Kicks it outside. It's Pakikaro to the middle, trying to get back out. And he's knocked down to the ice. Legalia put it into the corner. Austin lost it in his feet. He's trying to regain possession. He does. Puts it around while getting knocked to the ice there by Siegel. Tepfer gonna wheel. Tepfer, toe drag, what a move there. Beats Riley. Tepfer hits the crossbar!
Slamming the stick.
Bar Canada on that one. Wow, what a chance.
The mitts have been on display recently, Travis. First Young, an incredible move there. And then how about Tepfer? Twice. And opens up, had a little bit of room up there, just caught a piece of the iron. So close.
Bellmore-Merrick trying to get on the board here as it's touched across. Brought back into the zone here by Long Beach. Sean Gertler's F1. Reversed by Hananel. Goldman racing after it. Gets there first. Puts it back to the corner. Now a battle commences, 2-on-2. Pops up the half wall, now to the point. Evan Lenz winds and blasts it, deflects. It's with Gertler now. Try and slot. Riley shovels it away. The play from the Marines defender. Calvi one-hand poke. Luchi takes it back, but Calvi plugs the wall and clears it out. This one going to be called an icing on Long Beach. 4 minutes gone by in the middle frame. Still 1-0 on the Cody Pakikaro goal. Back in period 1 on the power play.
Pretty good look for the Bulldogs there, though, on that last shift, Travis, and that's what they got to at least try to do more of, and Long Beach has to be wary of. We've seen throughout the playoffs, throughout the season, Bellmore-Merrick loves to get traffic in front for those point shots. They've had several redirection goals and plenty of goals through traffic, especially we saw in that opening round against Plainview Old Bethpage Island Trees. Be crucial for them if they're able to get a little bit more of that, because if Mealy sees it, more often than not, he's going to stop it.
That's a great point. A lot of the goals in the quarterfinal game, against the Hawks were scored deflections, traffic in front, screening the netminder. And again, still a lot of hockey to be played here. Nothing's been decided yet here in the NYIHSHL. I want to thank you all for joining us for Finals Game 2. Travis Quigley here on the call, Brady Campbell joining us for color commentary. Rowan Lotta, Gabe Zakuri, Anthony Papasadero, Sam Musnick, all here at the TOB. Long Beach wins, they're lifting the trophy as that one's offside. Bellmore wins. We're back here in 24 hours for Game 3. So much at stake. Not just Brady, the NYIHSHL title, but also a place in the Long Island Championship, March 14th at the Northwell Health Ice Center. And for all you fans at home that are interested in tuning in to see who's going to be in the LIC, right after this one, you're going to be able to follow it up and watch Game 3 over in Suffolk between the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls and the St. Anthony's Friars. Winner is the champions of Suffolk and books their ticket to the Long Island Championship. Turnover forced out front, great play. Just getting the stick there in time was Pakikaro. Big hit thrown behind the net by Brenke. Continuing to battle, he'll slice it up the wall for Siegel. Siegel ahead, Calvi reaching back, collects it, dumps it in, took a hit from Tepfer there. Up the near side wall. With some space to get it out is Adelstein. It's dumped right back in by Hudson Brenke. Naraki with some pressure coming, hard wrap, and now a touch pass middle. Trying to chip it around Brenke was Felsberg. It kicks over to Jackson Austin. Austin snapping it to Felsberg. Did he get a touch? No. Icing called.
Still a long ways to go, and following up on that Long Island Championship, I would tune in if I'm free, because last year's Bellmore-Merrick could tell you what a hockey game. St. Anthony's Friars were the opponents, as you alluded to earlier. Double overtime, Luchi. I didn't think the game would ever end, and then it just crept across the goal line.
Truly, it was one of the best high school hockey games you will ever see. These two teams bringing their A-game tonight. They know what's at stake as it's chipped out. Riley beats Goldman to the puck. Goldman trying to knock him off of it. Riley swings it around. And of course, game 3 in Suffolk, winner take all tonight over there. Luchi on the back check will play the body. Fierick pushes it ahead for Liam Young. Young driving wide with pace from the outside. Legalia with the save. Rebound collected, still with the Marines. Out to the slot, Goldman picks it off. A saucer pass out of the zone. Young was in reach of it, so icing gets waived. Sean Gertler gives him a bump. Riley moves it north. Pass across. Luke Pakikaro puts it into some open ice. Calvi has to tag up as he entered the zone before the puck. Chipped ahead. Gertler hits Luchi. Luchi stops up. Back for Gertler. Glove save by Justin Mealy. What a stop. Back come the Marines, 3-on-2. Pakikaro through traffic. And Legalia will make the stop. No rebound.
It's just incredible, Travis. Both these teams. What an outlet play here. And all you got to do is beat the goalie. Of course, easier said than done, especially against these guys. And Mealy just makes it look easy here with the glove save. And then the other way, through traffic, Legalia able to pick up that shot.
Yeah, both goalies playing off the chain here in this one. Only the one blemish for Legalia tonight. A power play goal for Cody Pakikaro way back in the first period. Tepfer leads the rush. Ahead for Vitali, came off his stick. Brenke will settle. Saucer pass over to Siegel, touch middle, Naraki bats it down, clears to neutral ice. Pakikaro back in, knocked down by Legalia. Past the halfway point of this hockey game. Long Beach want to win their first title since 2021. The Dogs want to go back to back. Luskoff out front, chance off the post! Sampagna so close. It's back with Luskoff. His pass ramps up a stick. Kept in Naraki. He'll float it to the net. Mealy with the glove save.
Dogs have got to be wondering, what is it going to take even when they beat Mealy? I thought that was a sure thing as long as he got it high enough.
Tepfer's hit a bar tonight.
Too high.
And that one, center bar as well for Sampagna. 6:56 to go. Comes beneath the goal line. Young gets there, fends off Austin. Around off the dasher, and Luke Pakikaro wins the foot race. Lenz back to defend, drops to a knee, kicks it away. He'll put that one off the glass, stopped up by Fierick, pokes it back down. Pakikaro, shot, glove save, played down out of the air. Legalia somehow kept that one out. Now I'm not entirely sure if that would have counted, Brady, because it was played with a hand. And yes, it was played with a hand and it's coming all the way outside due to a hand pass. So if it did cross the goal line, it would not have counted for a goal, but nonetheless, that was a crazy carom. Not easy for Legalia to even get in front of that.
They make it look so easy, these two, and it's, of course, the offensive firepower has been there all season for both these teams, but I don't know if either of them gets here necessarily without their goaltending as well, and in tandem too. You got to give credit to the backups for the most part as well, but these two guys have been playing most of the season, have been unbelievable.
3-on-2, Goldman drives in wide, looks across, pass is blocked, he gets taken down, pops back up, hits Lenz cross point, his shot goes wide. Goldman curls, rolls a circle through the seam for Lenz, redirected save, another stop for Mealy. Lenz can't believe it, stick on top of his head with 5:57 to go in period number 2.
Yeah, and that one, he's a righty. He was on his backhand out in front of him. Still a good look. But if that pass was on his forehand, maybe an opportunity for a one-timer. He also had a teammate in front back door as well. But Bellmore-Merrick, kind of similar to game 1, starting to spend a little bit more time here in the O-zone.
Shot from Tepfer through traffic, did get through. But the Marines found it first and get it out. It's Calvi with Siegel driving. Siegel trying to touch it. And turn and shoot was unsuccessful on his attempt. pushed ahead. Inside out move. Gertler just slowed up. Unable to get a shot off. That would have been real pretty. Siegel puts it middle for Calvi. Calvi's going to dump it in past Goldman. Naraki with pressure on to the weak side for Sean Gertler. Gertler off the wall, stopped up by Pakikaro. Pakikaro's pass is blocked, but Calvi's there. He'll turn and fire. Delayed penalty here. It's back with Calvi. He'll put it to the point. Ryan Riley lets it go. Glove save for Henry Legalia. Another power play on the way for Long Beach. And Brady, they're 1 for 2 tonight. Their only goal, Cody Pakikaro found the back of the net. Can they do it again here in this middle frame?
Well, it's been a pretty clean second period, but 5:08 to go. You know, still only a 1-0 game. If you give one up, it's not the end of the world, of course, but the way these goalies have been playing, it puts you in a really tough spot. But for Long Beach, face-off crucial here because we saw how fast they moved it off of it on their goal.
And they win the draw quickly. It's worked all the way around to Young. Pakikaro for Siegel. Siegel back to the wall for Young, back to Pakikaro. Those three continue to work it. Liam Young trying to find a lane. He'll drive towards the net. Young looks across off a stick. Never made it to the cage. Pakikaro back over for Young. Returns it to Cody. Cody over for Siegel. One-timer got underneath it over the net. Luskoff is able to get to the puck first and clear. Luke Pakikaro lost his twig in the midst of that net front battle. Mealy playing it long to Calvi. He'll try to send it deep. This one stopped up and now fired 200 feet by Carasquillo. Mealy paddles it aside. 50 seconds already gone by on the power play. Young gonna post up and direct traffic here. Starts to lead the rush. Luskoff did get a touch on it, which disrupted the pass just enough. And Luchi jumps it, puts it back in. Luchi and Luskoff now trying to combine and take it away. They do. Evan Lenz throws it deep, and Luchi goes on the forecheck as Luskoff heads off and Goldman jumps on. 45 seconds to go on the power play now. This has been a really good penalty kill from Bellmore-Merrick. Up for Young. Over the blue line. Marines trying to set up. Young trying to take it to the net. Poked away by Carasquillo. Up top, Cody Pakikaro. Across for Luke, one-timer. Off to the corner. Came off the toe there. Young rolls the circle and shoots. Save Legalia. Rebound, puck still free. Unable to clear the zone of the Dogs. Young with the keeping at the skates. Young rolls middle and shoots. Stopped up Legalia. Goes back door. No! Didn't go! Wraparound try. Still doesn't go. Kept out by Henry Legalia. Oh my, Brady.
Was that, I believe it was Siegel on the back door?
Yes.
Gonna be seeing that one in his sleep tonight.
Let's take a look here.
His teammates celebrating, the Marines fans celebrating. First of all, what a save there by Legalia. Whoa. Close call.
Siegel might have just gotten underneath that one and put it wide. Up the wall, it's plugged by Cardo. Out of the box, 5-on-5 hockey. Gertler returns. Sampagna jumps on the ice for him. Luskoff trying to fend off the pressure from Cardo. It's taken away and dumped back in by the Marines. 2:55 remaining in period 2. Reminder, ice cut following this period, so a longer intermission than normal as Hananel steps up on Tepfer. Unable to keep that, Luskoff, it skips over his stick. Noraki back to collect. Moves it for Jordan Luskoff. Snaps it to Vitali. Vitali takes a quick shot, goes wide, trying to beat Mealy on the glove side. Noraki cuts in, that shot's blocked. Clear all the way out, doesn't make it on net, so icing called, 2:21 to go. Long Beach able to make a line change here, get some fresh bodies on the ice. Brady, shots in the second period, 12-6 in favor of the Marines.
Yeah, and the first period was a bit of the opposite. Bellmore-Merrick control. Even early in this period, it felt like Bellmore-Merrick was starting to generate. But then Long Beach kind of took over, helped out by the power play as well. And then right off the face-off, I had to make sure we weren't getting another penalty there.
I thought we were for a second.
Yeah.
Make sure we don't. We do. Okay, puck's down. We're back to play. Calvi wins the draw. Bellmore-Merrick all over it, though. Keep it in the zone. Young tries to put it right back where it came from. That will clear. Tepfer spins to Vitali, just whacks it in. Trying to get on it quickly are the Dogs. Sampagna takes it from Young. Luskov's pass to the point, though, stolen right away by Calvi. Mikey Calvi up the sheet, offside on Long Beach. 1:50 to go, period number 2. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight here on the LI Sports Network. NYIHSHL Finals Game 2. We got the SCHSHL Finals Game 3 over at the rinks, kicking off at 9:20. Siegel over the line, under the triangle. He shoots, save LaGallia. Rebound put back under the glove by Carasquillo. That one not easy to handle, Brady, right off the shoulder there.
Yeah, we've seen that really several times, especially here in the second. Siegel, I've seen Young do it a few times. They drive wide, they try to go short side high. I don't know if that's necessarily a scouting report thing, but they're not making it easy on LaGallia, but great puck control there.
High flip hits the ceiling and will stay inside the Bulldog end. This is the second meeting in a row in the championship series between these two squads. It was Bellmore-Merrick who swept it last year. It's the Marines trying to return the favor this. Out front, chance for Calvi, big save LaGallia. The puck is still loose, another stop LaGallia. Batted out of the air and cleared by Bellmore-Merrick. Just mayhem in the crease right there. Marines so close to making it 2. Drop back for Young, he'll sauce it to Hananel. Hananel stepped up on by Lenz, poked free, turning into the zone, it's Luchi. Luchi sauces it over, chance denied. Penalty is called, tripping, power play on the way for the Dogs.
Exactly 1 minute left in the period 2, so they're gonna have a decent amount of time on both sides of this. And this is huge. Final minute now of the second. Still a full period plus to go, but this is a huge juncture in this hockey game. And going back to LaGallia, I don't know how he does it. He's swimming around in there. The puck is bouncing back and forth. That was an unbelievable sequence.
Long Beach win the draw. Luchi got there first, swings it back to the point. It's going to come back around for him, but Young gets there in time. As Brady mentioned, we are inside the final minute of the second period. Sent all the way down, Pakikaro there first. He's dumped to the ice by Goldman. Goldman puts it into space for Jordan Luskov with 37 remaining. Hits Luchi. Luchi over the line, throws it in. Young gets there first again, and he clears again. Naraki trying to stop it up, puts it back deep. Liam Young with plenty of time behind the net, fires it around. Third time in a row, Liam Young will clear for Long Beach. That pass wayward for Goldman. 10 seconds to go in the period. One last rush here for Bellmore-Merrick, or does Goldman hold it? 6 seconds. He'll hit Luchi. Luchi over the line. He'll shoot it. Mealy will catch it. He wanted to play it out. The whistle came in. We're going to add time onto the clock.
Yeah, he dropped that puck right away. I don't think he was loving that quick whistle. It was only at .8, but now 2.1. So Bellmore-Merrick has a chance here to get one last shot.
Luchi gonna be looking to win this one to Luskov, who's trying to roll and shoot. Again, like you said, there's enough time for a shot here, Brady, but Luchi's got to win it clean. The roof would blow off this place if Luskov can tie it before the buzzer.
I think there's something here with the scoring table. No, perhaps not.
Here we go. Luchi does win it to Luskov on the backhand. Not enough time. And after 30 minutes of hockey, it's the Long Beach Marines with a 1-0 lead. Cody Pakikaro's goal back in the first period on the power play. assisted by Liam Young and Mikey Calvi. The only marker here in game 2 so far as both teams head to the locker room for the break and the ice cut. Now, Brady, we saw how this affected things on Monday night. Bellmore-Merrick were flying at the end of the second period on Monday, and then when we came back out for the third, it felt like both teams kind of had to refine their legs again. What do you think that each team is going to be able to take from that experience, use it tonight, and find a way to come out of the gate hot for the third period, as Long Beach will look to hold on, pad this lead, and lift the trophy for the first time in 5 years, when Bellmore trying to force that decisive game 3 tomorrow and continue the quest for back-to-back.
Long Beach, you want to say just they've been playing a pretty strong game, play the way you've been playing, but obviously once again a big break kind of takes the wind out of their sails maybe a little bit. Not like they were dominating the game. It's been a great even hockey game so far. For Bellmore, though, this might be good for them, because we saw, as you said, game 1 they were dominating and then kind of came out a little flat, I guess, in the third. It was kind of an evenly played third period. They didn't generate a whole lot till towards the end. They're on the power play for a minute 1. They haven't done a whole lot on the power play yet. This could end up being really good for them. But I think a mental break here, maybe a little bit longer, could be good for both these teams as they get set for the most important 15 minutes of the season right here.
Yeah, reset a little bit. Like we kind of alluded to it already, but definitely more penalties called tonight than we saw on Monday night. So special teams has definitely been more of a factor in this contest between the two sides. And when you look at how, again, both these teams have gone about their games, it's not like they're not getting pucks to the net. Total in shots right now, 21-17. We mentioned it in the first period, it was 9-6 for Bellmore. That second period, 15-8 for Long Beach. So again, both sides, they're firing, but Mealy and Legalia are doing a really nice job tonight. Yeah,
and those kind of gaps from period to period, I wouldn't really say they were quite indicative of the period. I'd say both were relatively even. But I think for Bellmore-Merrick especially, trailing, obviously in game 1 they outshot Long Beach 22-16. They were a very shoot-first team. I feel like this game we're maybe seeing them, take their time a little bit more, try and set up the perfect play. I think that kind of goes out the window for the most part here in the third, especially against a goalie like Mealy. But yeah, Mealy and Legalia, just unbelievable. I mean, it makes sense why they and their teams are here. And for excuse me, for it's winter time. But for Bellmore, it stinks for them because they've beaten Mealy a few times and they can't beat the bar. They put it too high. Long Beach had a wide open net that somehow Siegel couldn't bury. This could be a 2-1, 3-2 game right now. But I'm excited. Only a 1-0 game. It's been a goalie duel, defensive showdown, final 15 minutes. Both sides giving it their all here in the third.
Absolutely. 15 minutes to go in regulation in this one. 1-0 lead. We saw overtime last year between these two sides in game 1. We didn't see it in game 1 this year. Can Bellmore-Merrick get the tie and force an OT, maybe find a couple and force the win, and again force game 3 tomorrow? Can Long Beach hold on for victory and clinch that first county championship in 5 seasons? We're going to take a quick pause here on LISN. Travis Quigley on the call, Brady Campbell as well, Sam Musnick, Gabe Zakuri, Rowan Lonick, and Anthony Papasadero here on the crew. While we step aside, before you step aside and grab a snack and a drink, and before we come back for the third, let us know in the chat, who do you think's going to win this game? Who do you think is the player of the game? Because don't forget, we've got our clean hit player of the game interview, as always, at the end of the night. Happens every time we're here in Bethpage. So our clean hit player of the game interview will be back tonight. So begin to let us know in the chat, who do you think's going to win this game? And who is your player of the game. We'll be back for the third in about 10 minutes here on the LI Sports Network. We are back. Period 3 set to go. Here on the LI Sports Network, Travis Quigley here with Brady Campbell, Gabe Curry, Sam Mustick, Anthony Papasadero, and Rowan Hlodek, making it all happen behind the scenes for us tonight. Long Beach up 1-0 in the series, up 1-0 in this hockey game. Cody Pekikaro, our lone goal scorer, back in the first period. Bellmore-Merrick on the power play for exactly 1 minute as things begin here in the final frame of regulation. Here we go. Can the Dogs find that responding tally and tie this game up as Luchi, wheeling through neutral ice, will chip it past Hananel. Young meets him there. He traps the puck. Up the wall for Pekikaro. Couldn't clear. Tepfer keeps it. Digs it out of his skates, chips it out. Now a foot race between Goldman and Luchi, but Luchi will back off. 30 seconds gone by. And you gotta wonder if the Dogs don't find a quick one before this power play expires, how long before they start taking more and more risks and chances to get that tying goal, Brady, as it's back for Tepfer across. One-time try, they score! Amax Vitale on the power play. It's 1-1.
And that goal is as big as they come. Vitale, just 10 seconds left on it. Weren't generating a whole lot there either, but they get it in, they get it back to the point. They set up that bomb from Vitale. Not too much traffic in front, but he just absolutely brings it and tattoos it right through Mealy.
Yeah, like you said, not a lot of traffic, but he brought the boom with that one. Amax Vitale with a bomb of a one-timer. It's 1-1. Marines trying to respond quickly back in front. LaGallia will dive on it. That one fires up the Bellmore-Merrick crowd, but a great response from Long Beach right off the face-off. It's 1-1. Vitale from Goldman and Luskoff. What a shot right there. One back to Pekikaro. He can't get it through. Now it fought off by LaGallia on the backhand try by Furyk. Squirts back out to center ice and into the zone. Felsberg, he's knocked off the puck. That's a huge goal for the Dogs. I was going to say, maybe a little quick Stradamus there again, Brady, just like Monday night, because I'm talking about goals for the Dogs, and then they score. Back to the point. Save Mealy. Puck is still free. Both sides jabbing at it. Now a backhand try. Mealy fights it off. Carasquillo at the point. He'll snap it through bodies. Out front again, Felsberg. Paddle to side, Mealy. Felsberg gets crunched by Brentke. Brentke around. Lenz stops it on the backhand, keeps it in the zone. Down to the wall, one-time try went wide. Felsberg out off the side of the net, poked away Brentke. Austin and Brentke come together. Adelstein to the point. Evan Lenz returns it to him. Looking slot, broken up Luke Pekikaro, clearing attempt, not out. From the half wall, that's deflected wide by Jackson Austin as Brentke puts the body on Adelstein. Comes off the shin pad of Lenz. Long Beach trying to make a change. Bellmore's going quick here, but they want to make a change of their own. 2.5 minutes in. Turnover force, taken away. Out front, Goldman, he scores! Chase Goldman, 2-1 Dogs!
And you could see they were feeling it. A quick shift from Long Beach after the tying goal, but they come down. They were all over them on that last shift. Long Beach having trouble to even get it out. And as soon as they sneak in the change, the steal, and Chase Goldman for the Bulldogs left wide open before Long Beach could recover. Makes no mistake of that one. 12:29, the game flips just like that, Travis, and we are set up for a phenomenal finish.
And neither of us are taken away from the finish of Chase Goldman right there, because you got to put that one home. But Sean Gertler, as you mentioned, all over it to force that turnover, and then the perfect pass to Goldman in his wheelhouse, and he buries Tempfer over the line just wide. And the Dogs seem to have a new life here in this third period with 2 quick goals. Just unbelievable. Right as their power play was set to expire, they bury as that one's flipped out by Pakikaro. Again, they had 10 seconds left on the power play. They score the goal. Max Vitale on the one-timer. And then Goldman, a one-timer of his own. Less than 2 minutes later, exactly 1 minute and 41 seconds later, Brady, to give Bellmore-Merrick the lead, flip this game completely upside down.
And now it's the Marines back on their heels here. 12 minutes to go. We're set up for a great finish here, and this is only game 2, and as it stands right now, we could have one more tomorrow night, but here come the Dogs. They're really feeling it now. The Marines have got to fight off this pressure and try and create something of their own.
They absolutely do, as Young goes across to Calvi. Calvi trying to chip it in. He stopped up in front of the Bellmore-Merrick bench, turning back north and dumping it in. Pasquariello. That's a great play by Carasquillo to slow down the speeding Calvi. Pakikaro will hit Calvi on the breakout. He beats Lenz. Calvi out front for Young, broken up. Young stops and shoots. That hits the glass. Across for Young again. Tried to pull the trigger and just fanned on it. He'll have to throw it back down low. And now we see Liam Young back up playing forward here, Brady.
Yeah, now it's, still 11 minutes left, but it's a final period here. A little bit desperation time. Got to throw him up.
Across for Brenke. That one's blocked. Vitale puts it into space for Luskov. Luskov cuts in. That shot's blocked. 2-1, just like that, between these two sides as Gavin Hananel leading the rush in over the blue line. Toe drags on his backhand. He scores! Dial-up Bucci, get it on Sports Center. Gavin Hananel makes it 2-2.
Oh my goodness, that was filthy. How about that move? Whoop, see you later. Now on the backhand, sneaks it. I think it was kind of on that blocker side again, and backhand shots really tough to pick up if you're a goalie. That's exactly the response that the Marines needed. And buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. What a 10:40 we got left here in Bethpage.
Gavin Hananel coast to coast for his first career varsity playoff goal. And that's a big one. 10:30 to go. It's 2-2. Gertler squeezes through a check. Riley will wrap it around. O'Shea gets a touch on it. Goldman there. Pops off a skate. And now it's Luchi. 3-on-2 to the net. Luchi scores! Top cheddar! Lucas Luchi. What a response! 3-2 Dogs!
Well, I don't know what was said in the locker rooms, but this was a 1-0 game if you're just tuning in, folks, going into this period. And just seconds later, we mentioned Lucas Luchi's clutch ability. Call him Wayne Gretzky, call him Marie-Philippe Poulin. From almost no angle to an impossible angle, especially against a goalie like Mealy, and he puts it right under the bar. Incredible shot.
25 seconds after Gavin Hananel ties it, the Dogs are right back in front. It's back to Luchi. He scores again! Lucas Luchi times 2! 4-2 Bellmore-Merrick! Oh my goodness!
I'm speechless. What is going on? I mean, both these teams, but the Dogs have just come out on fire here in this third period. Most notably this last minute, number 22, Lucas Luchi, and a much-needed timeout here, Travis, upcoming for Long Beach. They are first 2-goal lead for either team tonight. They are on their heels now. The Bulldogs, who have that championship pedigree from last season, are absolutely feeling it right now.
Lucas Luchi scores 2 goals in 11 seconds.
That was it?
That was it. 11 seconds, 2 goals, Lucas Luchi. I said it in the first period. You said it throughout the course of this game. He has pedigree. He knows how to score big-time goals, and that's what he just did over the course of the past 11 seconds. He puts his side up right when Long Beach think they're snatching the game back. Gavin Hananel with one of the prettiest goals you're going to see all season long to tie this game up, and Bellmore-Merrick punches right back. Lucas Luchi, a left and a right haymaker, scores 2 goals, and this is just 1 goal through 30 minutes of hockey, Brady. We just saw 5 in less than 5 minutes.
I don't even know what to say. This game, though, is far from over. Timeout, Long Beach.
5 goals.
If they regroup.
5 goals between these two sides in 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
That's insane. And for as good the goaltending has been, you can't blame the goalies, but what the offense has just been absolutely on display here in the third.
This is, again, like you said, not sure what was said in the locker rooms of both sides, but they have been shot out of a cannon, especially these dogs. Again, they know what's at stake as Vitali trying to dance through. Hananel knifes it away. My goodness.
Everyone catch your breath.
I'm still trying to catch my breath after that one. Luskoff cycles it around Vitali. And as we continue to talk about the emotional control, the highs and the lows, everything just got really, really high right now. Long Beach called that timeout to try to settle things back down. And that first shift after the timeout, you can see it definitely is a bit more settled down as that one was played with a high stick. And now an ozone draw here for the Marines. Certainly what they need. Down by 2 goals now, Brady.
Yeah, and the Marines still on their heels a little bit there right after the face-off, but they definitely are a bit more in control here in this sequence.
The start of this period, Hananel's shot kicked away. Not even 5 minutes of hockey in the third, and we get 5 goals. Naraki, he's gonna chip and chase. Smart play from the Dogs defenseman there. Goes up top. Shoveling it back low is Tepfer. Out front to the slot. Stick lift at the point. Still loose in the slot. Both sides digging for it. It's hacked at by Kalelis and cleared out of the zone. Dumped back in by Tepfer. 8:35 remaining in regulation play. If Bellmore-Merrick hold on now, we're back here tomorrow night. If the Marines come back, they will lift the trophy. Brady, we were saying the complete opposite literally 20 minutes ago in real time.
This is just unbelievable. I mean, you never know, but what a turn of events. Poor Gabe has got his work cut out for him with all the goals that just transpired, all the craziness here.
That from the point, that deflected over the head of Mealy. Almost trouble there. Swept away, that comes outside. Naraki dumps it back in, took a hard check from Mikey Calvi. It'll be put into the Long Beach bench. 7:52 to go. Third period, 4-2. The Dogs come out of intermission after the ice cut and turn this game upside down. Amax Vitali on the power play. Chase Goldman a minute and 41 seconds after that. Hananel responded immediately for them as Vitali's in, and Mealy will hold that one tight to the body. As again, Hananel scored a minute and 50 seconds after the goal that made it 2-1. He tied it back up 2-2. Lucas Luchi, 25 seconds later, said, "Hold on, boys. I'm joining the party." He buries, and then 11 seconds later, buries again. And that is how we are at 4-2. The only goal before all that was Cody Pakikaro in the first period, Brady.
Here we thought during intermission we got ourselves a goaltender duel, and that is just flown out the window. Once again, no disrespect or doubting the goalies.
Numbers here, shot from Gertler as Luchi was driving across. It was a good find from Goldman through the seam there, and he wanted Luchi. That was Sean Gertler, but Cody Pakikaro makes a nice play to knock that one away, angle it aside. No pass available, and will stay left of Mealy for the draw. Luskoff back for Naraki. Gets it over to Vitale, who turns and shoots. Mealy kick save. Young settles things down, 7:05 remaining. Now it's Long Beach who need the goal here. Turnover force Calvi to Young. Young rolling. Looking for a lane, sauced over. Cody Pakikaro shoots short side. That hit iron. Dogs trying to clear, it's still loose. Hananel found it, goes to Pakikaro. Over to Liam Young on the right-hand side. Young splits through two defenders, opens up the hips, continues to drag the puck. Down low, he takes a hard check on the wall. Around for Hananel, trying to cycle it in deep. Still pinned on the boards. Pops back up top, Pakikaro. Rolling. Cody Pakikaro, that's blocked by Naraki. Luskoff skating it out. He's knocked to the ice. Young hacking at the puck, trying to put it back in deep. And we'll get a whistle as that one was pushed out of play.
And look out on the Dogs bench there. It looks like everyone's okay, but we're getting into crunch time here. And you were talking about how aggressive the Bulldogs might get at the start of the period. Well, now down 2. The Marines running out of time here. Of course, they'll live to see another day, but I'm sure they would like to get this done here tonight. So we'll see just how aggressive they get here in these next couple of minutes.
Yeah, certainly. I'm sure they'll try to take some risks in order to try to get back and tie it up. This one's going to be dumped in by Adelstein. 4-2 the scoreline. Shots 24-23 here in the game. Out to the slot. Jackson Austin trying to take it away. Instead, it's out to Kalelis. Siegel over the blue line. He'll wrap it around to the weak side, Kalelis. Drops it off on the boards, taken away though by Noah Carasquillo. Adelstein takes a bump. Jackson Austin trying to help him out. It's tied up on the wall. Both sides just digging at it, poking, prodding. Who will get it free? It's still on the blue line. The Marines did poke it out. Jackson Austin puts it back in. Collision there on the wall as O'Shea gets it ahead. Fierick dropping it off. Return to him from Siegel. Fierick bad angle. Save Legalia, goes out of play. 5:05 left in regulation. 4-2 the score. Dogs trying to force game 3 tomorrow night.
I don't think you could ask for a better hockey game, better third period, better night of hockey. Of course, Suffolk just about to get started. Be sure to tune into that after the conclusion of this one.
I was just about to say, speaking of game 3s, game 3 in Suffolk about 10 minutes from puck drop on the LI Sports Network. As Tepfer gonna float it long. Goldman drops it off. Luchi buzzing into the zone. It's Lucas Luchi to the corner. Gertler takes a crunch. Kicked out to Hananel. He'll swing it to Young. Liam Young going wide, taken down, hits Calvi with the pass. He scores! Mikey Calvi, bar down, 4-3.
Not done yet, not done yet. On the delayed call, too. He's the captain for a reason there. Great play drawing the penalty by the Marines. Well, of course, you got to play to the whistle, and the perfect centering pass pops right out to Calvi. And what a shot that was.
Captain Calvi, as I like to call him. He always shows up in the clutch moments. It's his 5th goal of the playoffs. And it's a big one, 4.5 remaining, 4-3. Can Long Beach now tie this game up once again? Hananel facing pressure from Gertler. He'll hit Pakikaro. Pakikaro racing up the ice. Pakikaro driving wide, trying to wrap it around. He scores!
missing hockey here in the third period. It's incredible.
26 seconds apart. The Marine student section is bouncing, and the Bulldog student section is stunned.
And this was a 2-goal lead for Bellmore-Merrick, and momentum is a wild thing in hockey. How about tonight? These teams, they get a goal and they get another just like that here in this third period. And we still got just over 4 minutes left here in regulation. Anything can happen. It's only right that we save the best game of the year for potentially the final game.
Legalia was trying to get across post to post there, and as you saw in that replay, he kind of lost his footing, which caused his paddle to come up, opened up the 5-hole, in which Pakikaro was able to slide it in, and it is 4-4. Now the Marines have the life in this one. Taken away now, it's Amax Vitali, and Vitali, he's got pace. Vitali saved Mealy, puts it back in front. Another stop by Mealy. Comes around, Lenz through the skates of Luskoff. Cody Pakikaro up to Calvi. He'll drop it back. Liam Young racing through. Marines want to call, nothing coming. Calvi dumps it in. Evan Lenz, funny hop. Pakikaro takes it away, but broken up by Lenz once more. Pass came in behind Vitali. 3:30 remaining in regulation. Calvi, fans on it. Luskoff goes back to Lenz. Calvi kicks at it, delayed offside. Marines got a tag up here. Back with Noah Carasquillo. Possession going to be so crucial for these two teams now, as that one's redirected in. For both benches, time going to dwindle, and it's going to take forever for the remainder of this game. Is this one going to be called an icing on Long Beach?
We had some close calls there, Travis. I think at this juncture, though, for all the penalties we've had, I think the refs are going to let them play as much as they can, aside from something really egregious or obvious. Crucial icing mistake, though, from Long Beach. Face-off win for BM.
And buzzing through, it's Kelly Cardo. Cardo trying to slide it across, broken up by Tepfer. It gets to the corner for Siegel, back to Cardo. Looking to the slot, Young pinching, keeps it in the zone. Now Liam Young back on defense again. Brady, he's been flexible all night, that utility man for these Marines. The only thing he hasn't done is play goalie, put on the pads for Justin Mealy.
I think they're just fine back there.
Ahead, it's Goldman who's springing. Goldman makes a move, can't get a shot off. Furyk on the back check, breaks it up. Hits Naraki on the pass. Over, Gertler, shots blocked. Kept in, Naraki fires, goes wide. Luchi turning try, save Mealy.
Just over 2 minutes left. This is incredible, and I would say we're almost at the point here where even if one finds the back of the net in regulation, it could be the game winner, but I mean, who the heck knows? One team could find the back of the net, 10 seconds later we could be looking at a tie game again.
One back, Young, high flip, hits Luke Pakikaro right on the tape. Great poke check from Carasquillo. Young trying to work a give and go, it's dumped in, Carasquillo back, 2 minutes remaining. For Lenz. Every moment so critical now in this one. Across to Lucas Luchi. Luchi's over the line. That shot's broken up. Pops off the side of the net. It's between the pads of Justin Mealy, stuck up right on the side of the net against the post.
That was a close call, and as soon as Mealy realized it, he knew that was an awkward positioning there, but he was just able to keep it out. 100 seconds left. No one wants to be the guy that makes the mistake right now. See if anyone is that guy that can be the hero here in regulation.
4-4 is the scoreline. Long Beach go forward off the face-off. They do get it out in the skates of Lenz, just trying to put it back north. Stretched out to Luke Pakikaro. Luke's over the line. It's Siegel. Poked away from him. He'll retreat, get it back, and put it to the corner. Pakikaro. Broken up. Still battling for it, though. Gets it up top for Cody. Cody through some traffic. Friendly fire. Hit Luke with the shot. Calvi's going to collect it. Up top, Cody Pakikaro, D to D. It's Liam Young. Young to the net, off the outside of the cage. Bellmore-Merrick clear the zone. This one racing down the ice and had enough juice. Icing called. 1:02 to go. Ozone draw for the Long Beach Marines.
And we saw towards the end of game one, now Long Beach should have a 2-goal lead at that point, and an empty net for Bellmore-Merrick. They were guilty of an icing. It ended up in the back of their net. Now it's Bellmore-Merrick. Both teams kind of trading icings.
Out front, Cardo was trying to collect it. Final minute of regulation is thrown in by Naraki, sticked aside by Mealy. Naraki trying to get it to the slot. That pass blocked. Long Beach clear, comes off the skate of Goldman. The Dogs got a tag up now. Back with Cody Pakikaro. He'll move it north. Over the line, dangling through with a chance. Save Legalia on Furyk. Bellmore-Merrick get it out. 30 seconds remaining. It's with Lucas Luchi now. He gets the wheels turning. Luchi chipping it in, trying to put it past Pakikaro and get there. Stick lift on him. Pinned on the wall by Siegel now. Marines trying to outnumber the puck. Liam Young with a hard wrap, sends it all the way out. Icing called. 11.4 to go in the third. Bellmore-Merrick, an offensive zone draw, and they will utilize their timeout here, Brady, as they look to draw something up, potentially the game-winning play. We do get 1.2 seconds added back on, so it's going to be 12.6. And Brady, I want your analysis on this, but we have to remember, if you weren't with us on Monday night, Bellmore-Merrick, they called a timeout late in that game one, down 3-1. Face-off play led to a goal to make it 3-2. You got to think they got something cooking in the kitchen right now during this timeout.
Yeah, both these teams, they cook up some good face-off plays, as we've seen here tonight from both sides. But I think it goes without saying, of course, most important face-off of the hockey game right here. And it'll be interesting to see how Long Beach plays this, especially their center, whoever it may be. If he's going to go back, going to try to go forward, maybe try to legally, not cover it, but do the best he can to kind of just pin it there. But for Bellmore-Merrick, going to be interesting to see what play they run. We saw Long Beach on their power play goal back in the first period before all the chaos broke loose. They won it back, quick passing, ended up in the back of the net. I think it's important here for Bellmore-Merrick that they're going to try and catch Mealy moving if they do win this faceoff. That's how they have mostly beaten them here tonight.
We'll see who lines up for this one.
It's like Luskoff, I believe.
Luskoff for Bellmore-Merrick. Cody Pakikaro for Long Beach. Luskoff's going to pull this one back. Lucci overskates it, though. High flip ahead to Luke Pakikaro. Goldman on his horse. Swipes it away. Takes it to the corner. Drops it back for Luchi. And in the NYIHSHL Finals Game 2, we are going to overtime.
Can you ask for a better game? I mean, a better third period? I'm sure the coaches and maybe the players don't feel that way. But my goodness.
You all at home, make sure you send that link out to everybody you know. Tell them that they're missing an insane hockey game here at the town of Oyster Bay right now. It's 4-4. We're going to OT. If Long Beach scores, they're lifting the trophy. If Bellmore scores, we are back here tomorrow night. You know what time it is. The Quiggs and Campbell Overtime Challenge. Get in the chat. Who do you think is winning this game? Who do you think is scoring the winner? Let us know in the comments. Brady, 5 minutes, sudden death. The third period was incredible. What do these teams need to do in OT? What does Bellmore have to do to force this game 3, and what does Long Beach have to do to lift this trophy?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll start off with this. I'm glad I'm not one of the goalies.
For sure.
I'm not one of the goalies. But we saw that third period was just chaos. And correct me if I'm wrong, Charles, is it 3-on-3, 4-on-4?
I believe we...
Okay, so it's the same thing.
I could be wrong.
Well, we'll get our answer here, but...
We'll get a confirmation. We might be going 4-on-4.
So maybe a little bit more room to
4 on 4,
operate.
yes, it is 4 on. You know, now that I see it happening, is being refreshed from last season. So yes, it is 4 on 4. I didn't have the rule book right in front of me, unfortunately.
It's all right. Of course, you were on the call for game 1. That was a Bellmore-Merrick win. They got the sweep. Can Long Beach do the same?
Beach are going Calvi, Young, Cody Pekicaro, and Luke Pekicaro. Dogs respond with Luchi, Lenz, Goldman, and Noah Carasquillo. 4 on 4 hockey, 5 minutes on the clock. Goldman circling back. Everybody wants to play mistake-free hockey here. Possession is the most important piece of the game right now. Outside of scoring that winner, as Evan Lenz is going to lead this rush. He'll cut across the middle. It's swiped off his stick. Luchi back to help him out. Luchi trying to shovel it around to soft ice. Only one there, Cody Pekicaro. He'll hinge it back to Liam Young. Calvi and Luke Pekicaro waiting out at neutral ice. In game 1 last year, we didn't find the winner until 7 seconds left. Colin Rolston deflected that one home. Calvi over the blue line. Drops it back. Cody Pekicaro for Liam Young to the net. LaGallia makes the save.
Gotta hold your breath with each and every shot. That one was a high shot too. LaGallia plays it well, of course, up by his chest, but the danger for the goalie is always, if he can't catch it cleanly, if it drops down there, but credit to him, able to swallow that one up. But here we go, even in overtime, of course, offensive zone faceoff here, this time for Long Beach.
Left of LaGallia, and Luskoff's gonna win this one. Tepfer swings it around to Naraki. Naraki back around to Tepfer. Tepfer stops up on the half wall, pressured by Pekicaro. He'll hit Luskoff now. He's trying to break out with speed. Luskoff and Vitali, the forward unit on the ice. Luskoff chips it across, meets the puck, and now cuts back up top. Bump to the ice, pops back up, and gets it to Vitali. Vitali breaking to the net, knocked away from him. Vitali trying to spin back down the wall. He's pinned there. Marines outnumber the puck and they take it away. Luskoff plays the body on Calvi to slow him up. Calvi trying to go long. It's going to be a delayed offside here on Luke Pekicaro. That's going to send it all the way back down. And now an O-zone draw here for Bellmore-Merrick.
And that one for Luke Pekicaro. You're trying to time it up, but you can't help but think what the outcome could be if you knock it down. And of course, a defender on his back there couldn't quite time it up for the Marines.
Right of Mealy, one to the wall by Fierick. And Liam Young starts the rush. Young almost overskated it behind his own net. Luchi got a piece, but Young stays with it. And Young, a big burst of speed to create space. Young to the net, save LaGallia. Fierick in the corner battling. It pops free, collected by Goldman. Goldman rolling puck and Siegel pressuring, gonna have to cut back. Goldman goes across, Carasquillo, he's got a lane to skate. Moving slow though, dropping it back to Luchi. Lucas Luchi in with pace for Goldman. One-timer over the net. Carasquillo keeps it in to the corner for Luchi. Luchi, a head fake, protects the puck. Scissor play up top of Carasquillo, now to Goldman. Goldman sauces it to Luchi, who enters the zone again. Trying to break free, lose the defense, hits Carasquillo. He'll walk, blocked shot by Liam Young. As he might have cocked and loaded a little bit too soon there. Now Young beats Goldman, trying to make a change with the Dogs. It's 3-on-2. Young splitting in, poke checked away. Backhanded across to Goldman. He'll touch it for Luchi. Luchi with some pace. Luchi splitting the defense, swept off his stick by Mikey Calvi. Luchi trying to get a change here. Bit of a miscommunication on the bench. Now Luskoff will go. Gavin Hananel leads the rush. Already scored one coast-to-coast goal tonight. Can the freshman do it again? Protecting the puck. Goes to the point. Pakikaro back down low. Luke gets the return feed from Calvi. Battle continuing. Goldman knocks it out of the air. High stick is called on Bellmore-Merrick with 1:12 to go here in OT.
Boy, oh boy. And both these teams not, of course, as we said, trying to be the one who screws it up for their team. So playing very slow and collective here. A lot of outside shots so far. Suffolk game already 1-0 St. Anthony's Friars. But this is certainly the one to be tuned into right now.
It's the Dogs who control it. Crucial defensive zone face-off win there, Brady. As now with a lot of pace, it's Tepfer. Tepfer shoots, kicked away, Mealy. Final minute of overtime. That goes out front. Hananel will put it to the corner on the backhand. Luskoff pressuring. Hananel gets it to Pakikaro. Luskoff picks it off. Out front, Vitali, one-timer goes wide. Luskoff trying to stuff it in. Mealy traps it up and takes the whistle. 45 seconds remaining. Vitali snapped his stick in half right there as he tried to put that one-timer home.
Marines living very dangerously in that sequence. Couple giveaways. That pass, good recovery though to defend Vitali. But then Luskoff, from our angle, looked like almost a little bit of daylight there as he was trying to bank it in from behind the net.
Luchi wins it back, it's Naraki. Goes back to Luchi, defended by Young. Luchi protecting the puck. Young all over him here. Trying to win it back for Long Beach. Just eating it on the wall right now. Luskoff in to help out. It's poked free. And Liam Young leads the breakout. Hits Miles Siegel. 25 to go. Siegel over the line, driving wide. Forced to the corner by Tepfer. He's knocked to the ice. Again, Long Beach looking for a call. Nothing coming. Luskoff's pass batted down. Cody Pakikaro to the net. Save Legalia. Rebound off the outside. It's still loose. 7 seconds remaining. Up on the wall. Bellmore just trying to eat this. It's pulled free. Swatted out of the zone. 5 minutes gone by in 4-on-4. We're gonna put 5 minutes back on the board. And we're going to 3-on-3.
Oh man, you must have been getting flashbacks there. The final seconds, this time it's Pakikaro for Long Beach. Back-to-back tries and Henry Legalia standing on his head as he immediately come together at center ice. And why not? They have been the stars of the show. Maybe other than that sequence in the third, but they, as of late, have come up with some big stops.
And you need your tendies to be at their best. They brought it through the first 5 minutes of 4-on-4 there. And now Brady, even more open ice as we're gonna go to 3-on-3. Just, I mean, again, we've harped so much on possession being so crucial, but you get to 3-on-3 and all that ice. All it really takes is one big burst of speed, and it leads to a potential odd man rush and a grade A opportunity.
And both these teams have that speed. And as we said, Bellmore-Merrick might have a little bit more of the size in general. We'll see if that plays a factor. But you cannot get caught here. It's going to take 100% for both these sides.
Luchi, Lenz, Goldman to start for Bellmore-Merrick. It's going to be Young and the Pakikaros for Long Beach. Luchi and Luke Pakikaro for the face-off. It's pulled to the boards right in front of the scorer's box, and Luchi will take possession for the Dogs. 3-on-3 again, 5 minutes up on the board. Len's gonna lead the rush into the zone. Couple head fakes trying to avoid Pakikaro, but Cody on the stick lift takes it right back for Long Beach. He'll go stop up behind the net. Just taking his time here as Young swings and gets open. Young gonna beat his man. Racing up the ice, throws it over to Pakikaro, that's Luke, but Luchi will take it away from him. Young on a stick lift, Pakikaro back, but breaking it up was Goldman. Lenz trying to return it to Luchi, turnover forced by Luke Pakikaro. Cody swings it out to neutral ice for Liam Young. Long Beach win, they lift the title. Bellmore win, we're back here in less than 24 hours. Liam Young around his own net. Defended by Luchi. He's got pace. Gets around Goldman now. Goldman got a piece of him. Up the wall for Pakikaro. This one could be chipped ahead. Kept in. Cody Pakikaro hits Young to his backhand to the net. Henry LaGallia keeps it out.
Oh no!
No! He scores! That's it! Long Beach! Grab your surfboard! Put the swim trunks on! Your Marines are the NYIHSHL champions! We didn't get the goal call for about 30 seconds, but the Marines have done it!
Well, the refs are going to discuss here, but you're doing your best Doc Emmerich impression. The stuff attempt, I was just about to say, I saw the fans kind of jump up and down. Obviously, not sure if they thought it was in, they were reacting to a potential ridiculous save. But we'll wait for maybe the official call here, but yeah, it looked like the referee may have not seen it initially, and then after the whistle, as he got a closer look, he gave the signal.
For the first time since 2021, the Long Beach Marines are the NYIHSHL champions. The varsity title is headed down the Meadowbrook.
What a game, Travis. What a game. And it ended with a potential 2-on-1, maybe even 2-on-0 going one way. Turned into what could have been a potential 2-on-1 down low, but just taking himself the power move. And once again, a championship game involving a Nassau team decided by a matter of inches. And the Marines get their revenge.
It took double overtime to get it done, and indeed, Brady, the Marines get their revenge. Bellmore-Merrick came out flying in that third period. Had a 4-2 lead with less than 5 minutes to go before Long Beach struck back. Captain Calvi setting the tone, burying on the delayed penalty, giving his side the belief that they could come back and win it. They had the 1-0 lead for the majority of the game before the chaos to start the third period. Mikey Calvi, as he's done time and time again, scores a crucial goal for these Marines. Cody Pakikaro, barely 25 seconds later, Brady, ties it up to make it 4-4. We go to overtime. The goalies in the 4-on-4 were outstanding. And a minute 19 into 3-on-3. We said it, possession, so crucial. A turnover where the Bulldogs have a bit of difficulty getting it out. It comes down to the goal line. Liam Young, as you mentioned just a couple seconds ago, the power move to the net. And he takes it to his backhand, somehow, some way, sneaks it through the 5-hole of Henry LaGallia. And the Marines win 5-4 in double overtime and are once again atop of Nassau County.
Incredible. And we will see them next month, of course, now officially. And I'll tell you, no matter who wins tonight in the Suffolk game, they're going to have their work cut out for them next month. But yeah, as you mentioned, he had options down low, decided to bet on himself there with that power move and paid off by a matter of inches. And hats off again to the Bellmore-Merrick squad. I mean, they were down 1-0 after the first two periods. A tough loss in game 1, too. They battled back, close call there in regulation. And this one, sorry, Brady, they just announced over the PA the MVP
of the championship series, none other than number 18, Liam Young.
And why not? We were talking about him all game, and that time down low as the forward. And it only feels right for the Marines. Gets a picture there with his little trophy. Here comes the cup. Once again, though, for Bellmore-Merrick, this one's going to sting, and you know they're going to have a chip on their shoulder next season after the way that regulation and overtime ended.
Here's the moment that Captain Calvi has been waiting for. The trophy lift. The Long Beach Marines are bringing the title back home. This has been years in the making for this Long Beach group. As they lift the trophy, as you said, Brady, you got to tip your cap to Bellmore-Merrick. They've been top of this league for a long time. They've made it to 4 straight championship series. They're 1-3 in that stretch. And I know that hunger is still going to be there. They have a healthy amount of returners coming back. They're going to be a team that you're going to have to contest with next season. But these Marines, this has been a program that over the last couple of seasons has been working towards this. They've had to rally through some really hard times. The loss of their captain, Garen Hagan, a few seasons ago. And they've been in this position they were in this position last year, fell short to the Bellmore-Merrick Bulldogs. And it seemed like when you came into 2025, 2026, that this team, kind of the same mission that the Dogs were on last year, that was the mission that these guys were on this season. And it felt as if there was going to be, nobody was going to get in their way. Brady, this is their 13th win in a row. 13 wins in a row. They have been absolutely dominant. And again, it's a culmination of the past couple of seasons for them. And I'm sure we're going to talk to a couple of these guys in a little bit here, and I know a bunch of them. They're going to mention Garen Hagan. They're going to mention some of those tough losses that they had to deal with over the last few seasons. That crushing loss last year, and it all culminated in this moment. And we see the coaching staff, and they're all just ecstatic right now. And a 5-4 win, double overtime. You couldn't ask for a better way to seal the victory.
No, you couldn't ask for a better game, a better way to cap off this season for Long Beach. Maybe a little bit more of a decisive goal, but what a game, what a story, as you said, the win streak, years in the making. They got back here again last year, of course, fell short in 2 games. Of course, a deflating overtime loss in game 1, and then game 2, they basically got ran out of the building, and they come back. You know Garen's smiling down on his guys tonight after an incredible season, an incredible finals, and an incredible finish. And congrats to the Long Beach Marines.
So again, 5-4 win for Long Beach in this one. We got to grab our player of the championship series, Liam Young, so we can have a word with him. We're going to grab Captain Calvi. We're going to grab the netminder, Justin Mealy, as well. And we're going to try to grab Cody Kikaro. We're going to try to talk to a couple of these Marines here and give you a full wealth from all of the players we got. Also going to try to grab Coach Carson from Long Beach as well. So stick with us. Our post-game interviews are coming up next. Live post-game. We got plenty of player of the games tonight. Liam Young, Cody and Luke Pacicaro, and of course the man between the pipes, Justin Mealy. And boys, first, congratulations. First time Long Beach has hosted the trophy since 2021. I'll start with you, Luke. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. You know, being on the team for 4 years, coming close every single year and not being able to finish the job, just being able to do it in my senior year, it's the best feeling I think I've ever had in a while, to be honest. This is awesome. I can't I can't even tell you what it feels like. It's sick. Dude, I can't play the game.
So, Liam, man, this was a hard-fought battle all the way through from opening puck drop. And, I mean, you guys were buzzed. 13 wins in a row to cap this one off. What did it take? Was there any moment of waver as you guys went through the first overtime and second overtime, or was the group really just even-keeled on the bench the whole way through?
I mean, this is a really special group. I've known these boys for my whole life, so coming in and battling with these boys all season, coming off a hot streak, you know you had to get it done. Can't drop a game, can't go into game 3. So, I mean, just saw my open lane and took the chance, you know.
Yes, sir.
And, I mean, Cody, you scored a huge goal in this one to make it 4-4. That third period, first 5 minutes was haywire. Justin, you're making a face. You're like, I did not love that first 5 minutes. It was nuts. Bananas. 4-2. They went up by 2 goals. Mikey scores a huge goal. You score another one 26 seconds later. Just talk us through that one and the emotions of that one, knowing you tied it back up for the boys, and it gave not just the bench life, but, I mean, that student section was lit up.
I mean, I can't really tell you. I just saw a lane. I took it. I saw the wraparound open, went around. No emotions went through my body, just pure excitement, living up the crowd. I mean, getting the boys back in the game, special to me. Yes, sir.
And Justin, man, you were a brick wall all playoffs, dude. Hats off to you for the performance that you put forth. I know the boys, they had your back a lot of the way as well. But just talk about what you were seeing out there from the group and what this win means to you personally, man.
Throughout the whole playoffs, everybody gave all the boys 110%, and no matter what they did, even when we were down 2 goals, never stopped and always played as strong as they could throughout the whole playoffs and also this game.
It was like every 5 minutes I heard a Justin Mealy chant from the crowd. That's got to be an awesome feeling, right?
It feels amazing, but it's not just me that's playing 110%, it's everyone on this team. Everybody played as hard as they could and did everything they can.
So I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. You guys got a trophy to go celebrate with, and I said it on the air. Everyone in Long Beach, they gotta put on the swim trunks, grab the surfboards, head down to the beach because the Marines are bringing that title home.
Let's go, baby. Yes, sir.
It's for Gary.
26.
For Gary.
Garen Hagen.
For Garen Hagen.
Let's go.
Long Beach Marines, your 2025-2026 NYIHSHL varsity champions.
Thank you, guys.
That is going to do it for our coverage of the varsity season in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. Long Beach winning 5-4 in double overtime over the Bellmore-Merrick Bulldogs. They're going to states in a couple of weeks, and they're playing in the Long Island Championship on March 14th. Suffolk Game 3 underway right now, so make sure you flip on over to that, because we will find out who will square off in that game against the Marines. I want to thank our entire crew here behind the scenes: Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Takuri, Sam Musnick, and Rowan Loddick, Brady Campbell, and my name is Travis Quigley. Thank you all so much for being a part of every single broadcast we've had in the varsity division this season. We cannot wait to be back in 2026, 2027, where the Marines will be looking to defend their crown. It has been such an amazing season. Tune on over to Game 3 right now and the LIC on March 14th. Once again, thank you so much. And as always, we'll see you next time right here on the LI Sports Network.